When it comes to investment, there is no greater opportunity to triple your earnings than through the purchase of altcoins, which have been fluctuating heavily ever since their inception after the start of the new millennium. And with cryptocurrencies now being globally recognized in the form of Bitcoin, more and more people are starting to trust the system. But with the numerous forms of cryptocurrency available to buy, what are the altcoins you need to get your hands on this week? Well, whether you're a new investor or just want to know more about the complicated world of digital currency mining, you've come to the right place, as we're about to take a look at the newest altcoins that you won't want to miss out on. So, strap yourself in and get ready to learn, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on, so you don't miss out on any of the new videos we post. Number 1. Bitcoin. First up on our list of must-have buys is by far the most popular of any form of cryptocurrency on the market. We are, of course, talking about Bitcoin, which is considered by many to be the only form of blue-chip altcoin that can be purchased on the market. The mining of Bitcoin started all the way back in January of 2009, which makes it one of the oldest altcoins on the market as well. This allows for a greater amount of predictability when it comes to what is expected in its valuation over time. Although Bitcoin is as blue-chip as you can get, there's still a certain amount of volatility and risk when it comes to investment in the digital currency. The rise in value that December of 2017 saw was followed by a brutal drop from $20,000 to just over $3,200. Those who had their hands in the pot early on, however, lucked out on both equations, with very early evaluations at around $400. The market for Bitcoin has a cap of around $1 trillion at the moment, with reports indicating that the sale of this altcoin has accounted for around 69% of the entirety of the cryptocurrency market over time. It is also one of the only altcoins that comes with global recognition, and although a great deal of people still don't trust altcoins due to the lack of understanding, at least a majority of them know that Bitcoin exists and can be quite lucrative. In other words, you'll never struggle to find a buyer for Bitcoin, especially with it being the flagship altcoin of the market right now. It is for this very reason that many experts in the field advise investors to first dabble with Bitcoin before moving themselves on to the high-paced world of digital altcoins, many of which are a lot more difficult to handle with faster transactioning necessary to make a profit. So if you have some change lying around and want to move over to the digital investment space, Bitcoin is still the best place for you to start. So invest now and learn the basics of buying low and selling high. Number 2. Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin is clearly not the only altcoin on the market though, with a derivative thereof which goes by the name of Bitcoin Cash being another. To explain where Bitcoin Cash really came from, we have to look at the technology which is used to value cryptocurrencies around the world. Put simply, this is called blockchain technology, which stores all information about the transactions involving the cryptocurrency in blocks of data. As the specified altcoin becomes more popular, with more transactions taking place as a result, so do the blocks fill up with data. The more blocks there are in a chain, the slower the process of transacting is, as well as the more expensive the transaction fees become. Since this was happening to Bitcoin, which had a block conversion rate of about 1 megabyte per block, investors needed a way to make a plan to speed things up a bit. This resulted in the creation of Bitcoin Cash, which was able to decrease the amount of data which was needed per block of the blockchain in question, allowing the altcoin to hold around 8 times as much data in each block as its predecessor. As a result, those who own Bitcoin Cash are able to transact at incredible rates with little to no transaction fees being charged at the moment. This is especially perfect for those who have elaborate cryptocurrency mining operations at home, which are able to buy low and sell high in a fraction of a second. Since Bitcoin is a bit too slow to allow for these to take place anymore, the same cannot be said for Bitcoin Cash. It may, however, be a bit too much for a new investor to handle, which is why we propose starting with Bitcoin in the first place, until you actually get the hang of things. Since Bitcoin Cash hasn't reached the peak that Bitcoin has, since it was only created back in 2017, experts have also estimated that it won't take long for the altcoin to show its true value on the market. And while this is far from a certainty, it is a pretty calculated risk to take. So jump on board before you miss the opportunity to strike gold. Otherwise, you might be kicking yourself in the future. Number 3. Litecoin. If you've been nervous about investing in altcoins because of your limited understanding of the complicated technology that determines their values, then Litecoin might be more your steam. After realizing that investors were not as willing to invest in cryptocurrency than something solid, such as gold or crude oil, Charlie Lee decided to create an altcoin that was a lot easier to understand in terms that investors had come to expect from more physical transactions. that they were used to making. It is understandable to link the production and work of another to the price of crude oil, for example. But the same could never be said for the blockchain technology that was still new and difficult to truly grasp without an advanced degree in the field. Mining Litecoin is also a lot easier than Bitcoin, which usually requires a lot of hardware and computational power. The advantage with Litecoin is that an ordinary PC can be used to mine to your heart's content. The only disadvantage with using Litecoin is that it doesn't exactly have the global recognition that comes with Bitcoin. But since those who dabble in altcoins will most certainly know enough about it, you shouldn't have trouble making a sale when the time comes. There are also a couple of platforms that allow you to exchange cryptocurrency on the regular and exchange one for the other. So when it really comes down to it, its lack of worldly recognition can actually be considered to be more positive than anything else. Number 4. Ether. Speaking of platforms that allow for the control of various altcoins, allow us to introduce you to Ethereum, which is by far one of the greatest cyber platforms in the world. For those of you who don't know, cryptocurrencies were created for one purpose, and one purpose only: to decentralize currency in general. Those who love online shopping know precisely how aggravating it can be to not know how much you are actually going to be paying for an item that is not in your home currency. This is especially true considering how there are often conversion costs added to the transaction, making it difficult to ascertain whether the purchase is within your budget or not. By creating a single currency that can be used across all digital spaces, however, altcoins have the advantage of leaving this complicated and annoying process behind, allowing you to budget properly when it comes to buying things online. What makes the platform of Ethereum greater than altcoins in general is that it actually has the intention of replacing servers around the world with nodes, essentially creating a computer that is shared by the entire world. So, while the Ethereum platform is a form of software based on blockchain technology, which allows the user to exchange a form of cryptocurrency called Ether, this is not the only thing you can do on the platform. In fact, the platform also allows for the hosting of a variety of other altcoins. In other words, being a user of Ethereum platform not only allows you to dabble in an altcoin, which has the second largest market cap in the world, being around $136 billion, it also allows you to dabble in a wide variety of others. So, if you've been struggling to choose where to invest, spending some time on the Ethereum platforms and investing a bit of your capital in Ether might be a great way to expand your portfolio. Number 5. Binance Coin. And finally, we have Binance Coin, which, like the Ethereum platform, is a lot more than it seems when you explore more. In fact, when first created, Binance Coin was based on the Ethereum platform until the Binance decentralized exchange went online in 2017. This Binance DEX, as it later became known, is a platform similar to Ethereum, which differs only in the purpose that it has in being around. Instead of aiming to decentralize the internet in general, Binance DEX considers itself to be a decentralized platform where users can buy and sell Binance coins, as well as exchange other altcoins from one to another. This process seems incredibly simple and is offered by many banks when it comes to the conversion of different currencies. But Binance DEX is the first and best platform offering such a service in cyberspace, which makes dealing in Binance Coin a very lucrative deal in the long run. Simply put, since Binance DEX is the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the world and has clearly helped to popularize the trade, many have come to trust it. The platform also offers a discount to all users who pay transaction fees on the exchange with BNB, which has the effect of sustaining the platform and growth of Binance Coin in general. So, if you want a less-known altcoin that has a high rate of conversion and less risk than usual, Binance Coin is almost probably for you. Just remember, there's no such thing as a sure thing when it comes to cryptocurrency investments. So, be safe. What do you think of these various altcoins? Feel free to let us know in the comments section down below.